What is going on, everybody? 2Bob29 back in the lounge yet again. Make sure to kick back, relax, and grab some snacks. I apologize for the tongue twister there. It is 1 in the morning, but we're here with another Prize Wall Eval. This time, the best of 2024 is behind us. We are in 2025, but the Prize Wall is still up, is still live for a few more hours. So for those of you that are big spenders, you know about this Prize Wall. There's a lot of skill plates on it, good chunk of ultimate ones, a couple of the regular ones, and then there are the posters. So if you decided to spend, I think it's 900 on the portal, you got an additional medallion. If you maxed out the contest, you managed to get 2 medallions, and if you got first place in one of the War Score events or the Battlegrounds event or top 20 in the spend events, you managed to walk away with somewhere between 1, 2, 3 additional medallions. So most likely this wall really isn't going to be for you other than 1 medallion items. So if you manage to get 2 of them, you probably already know, or 2 or more I should say, you probably already know what it is you're looking for. If I managed to get 2, I myself would be going for a timeless style. Again, Tama Plate really helps Julius. Let Me Talk to You really helps Kyrie. Terry Funk. Shades of Reigns helps a couple of the crossbreak characters out there as well, such as Ray or Hall of Fame Andre. Finery Plate is nice for the defensive side of things. Timeless Style, very good for purple moves and blue gem damage. Buzzard Beak is a one-piece item, so that is the green version of the Bubba Specs. We have a nearing end plate for the immobile gems, so that's actually a pretty nice plate too if you don't have one of those. Really helps out someone like Bischoff, really helps out someone like Lou Albano, really helps out somebody like Fuzzy Ozzy, can help out somebody like Striker Shawn Michaels, the old one, not the rocker, so definitely a few people for immobile gem bonuses that are out there. The Will of Cargill, also very solid plate, but you could get a lot of those from the talent ups and from the feud for multi-gems and green damage, and then yellow move damage, but that's not really a multi-gem into move damage type of thing. There's not really many that benefit from that. The Must-See Headband, very, very mediocre, really only good for Trickster Trish. If you don't have one, okay, cool, I could see it, but not really the best. Bubba Specs, speaking of the devil, purple moves increase purple gems. Down the Rabbit Hole, breaking 7 row breaks gives you 22 black gems. The Devon Specs is the color turn skill plate, and the glowing Fate plate is the sub into 200% green. So Willa Cargill, pretty good on Batista. Must-See Headband on Trick Trish. Bubba Specs is a good alternative to the Tama Chest if you're using somebody like Julius or someone with purple moves and purple gems like Big Papa Pump. Down the Rabbit Hole is probably going to be pretty decent for the new revamp Scott Hall or possibly the NWO Macho revamp. Devon Specs, definitely very helpful for Trickster Liv and Devon himself. The Glowing Fate plate, really only good if you're using someone that uses a green sub with a sub with green gem damage follow-up. So not really a lot out there that I use, so not really the best person to give you advice on that one. Then we come down to the characters. Obviously, again, if you were looking to get 3 medallions, you probably are amongst the higher spenders in the game, so you don't really need me guiding you through who you should get for a 3-piece. The one thing I would suggest is if you haven't, probably go for Howdy out of all these. Very top-tier fighter, very top-tier coach. So that's just kind of my 2 cents there in regards to the 3 pieces. I would also tell you not to go for Vader or Brutus for a 3. That's kind of crazy. And Bodacious Becky for 3, also very crazy. There's only a couple 2 pieces here, Foley and DDP. Wouldn't really suggest getting either of those as much as I would a couple of these top tier skill plates if you don't have them already. So probably the Timeless Style again would be the one that I would go to. And again, down here, Shinsuke, not the most rare, also not the most common, but Naomi's available pretty cheap on the UCC. Maxine, I believe, is the same price as Naomi. Both of them very good, top tier at both of their class. Charlotte's a great pickup for 1. Arguably the best tech female in the game, along with Mae Young, giving her a run for her money. Jacob Fatu, top tier in the game as well. Except I don't think I would be putting up 2 medallions here for him as much as I would just picking up his shards throughout all the weekends. Same thing with Julius Creed. Very top tier. Again, wouldn't be tossing up 2 medallions with his shards being available on the weekend. Now, in regards to the one-piece medallions, I've been seeing a lot of people asking who they should get. A lot of folks already have these bottom 6, Mae Young, Final Boss, Rock and Reign, Sonya, Razor, and Cross. And then it comes up to these guys here. So if you don't have either Get the Tables or Sami Zayn the Champ, that's really where this wall comes down to. I will give you my 2 cents. So Sami Zayn currently available in the Stipulation Tour shop, which I know isn't probably the greatest answer for a lot of people, but you can get closer to his shards there, whereas the Get the Tables guys, you cannot. And we'll talk about Devon Dudley real quick here. And typically I don't do this, I just stick on one prize wall, but I'm going to go ahead and hop on over to the other prize wall, and we're going to jump down to the shards section. You're going to notice there's only one person here for 19 prize wall medallions, and that's Devon Dudley. Everybody else, including Uncle Howdy, Abby the Witch, even OTC, nobody else, Muda, Muscle Man, Redneck, nobody else is as highly priced as Devon Dudley shards. So just for that alone, and I know that Sammy isn't the most available on the prize walls other than the Stipulation Tour shop, and Bubba probably not the most available either, but Devon Dudley arguably the rarest out of all of them. Now, for a fighter, probably want to go with Bubba. Bubba's arguably the best fighter out of all 3 of these if you got the Zombie LA Night Plate and you don't mind clicking a little bit. Pretty solid trickster. Devon, a lot of people really only use him against showboats, but if you already have Uncle Howdy, then he can be very good. That being said, if you already have Uncle Howdy, you probably already know who you're going for on this wall, and you don't need my advice, but that's neither here nor there. And Sami Zayn, I mean, he's okay. All right? He's okay. He's not fantastic. He's not the top-tier acrobat that we were all hoping that he would be, especially that month. His coach is also mediocre, mid, whatever you want to call it, at best. He's okay. But if you have one of these, I probably would suggest getting Devon Dudley. If you're close, like super close on shards, like only 20 away, and you're like 1,000 shards away as somebody else, then yeah, maybe get the guy that you are super far away from compared to the guy that you're super close to. But if I had to suggest one, probably Devon Dudley there. So that's the premium prize wall. And let's go ahead and jump right on into the other prize wall, the best of 2024 prize wall. Lots of gears here. Like, lots of top-tier gears here. I don't really know how you were supposed to get 100 medallions at all on the event, even if you were spending, like, an absolute machine. But apparently it was available, or 90-something of them were available. I don't know, okay? I honestly just don't know. I mean, obviously, Jacob Gear, top tier for him as a character. The gold gears for Vader and DDP definitely helped them out, but not to the point that you're like, oh, this is going to be my go-to striker. Julius Gear is fantastic in the sense of what it used to do. Ever since they nerfed him, not really helpful other than in tours, but in tours he's also already clapping like 70 million damage. So do you really need to be doing 200 million damage in tours? Not really. And if you get a top lane bonus in feud, which is the only other way that you're going to be able to run him with his blue move nowadays, do you really need to use Julius for 300 million damage in feud versus 80 or 90 million damage? Like, not really. You're already going to kind of win against everything in the game. Fastlane 2023 for Charlotte, that makes her even stronger. I think that Charlotte is a character that needs every bit of bonus that she can get. I think she needs the damage strap. She needs the damage medals with the substats for green. I think that she needs the Piper plate for the 100% extra gem damage. And I think that she needs her gear so that you don't have to worry about building blue MP and you can prioritize focusing green gem damage. She is good with it. It definitely feels like it takes a little long. Maxine and her have very similar gameplay styles. As I've mentioned in a couple of my earlier gameplay videos, I'm not really huge on Charlotte personally because she causes my game to lag. That might just be an instance thing for me. That might just be an emulator thing for me. I know that there are some characters in the game and on emulators that just cause an incessant amount of lag that you cannot get away from. And unfortunately, oddly enough, so does Mae Young. So both of the two top tier technician females in the game cause a lot of lag on my instance. So I don't really end up using either of them. That being said, that's a me problem, not a you problem. Charlotte is still top tier, very, very strong, very, very good, very, very consistent. So is Maxine. I'm sure you've probably heard me talk about Maxine quite a bit. I love my Maxine. My Maxine, when push comes to shove, can hit 150, 160 mil, and on 3 clicks can average about 80 mil. So very strong, very consistent, but that also requires having the gear, having the moment, having all of these types of additional things on her as well. Then we're going down to the 50 medallion straps. I'm not big on these. So I don't like the idea that this can be 100%er and it's not a guaranteed 150 or 130. It is pretty cool that this can go on anyone in the, I guess, bucket of whatever these are. So the Wyatt Six, the New Bloodline, the Dudleys, the Creeds, the Final Testament. So kind of cool, kind of interesting, but you probably already have a good strap for the majority of these characters. So not really stressing over that one personally. The premium skill plate case has a lot of those skill plates we were talking about before on the other prize wall. Also has a few others. This is a very commonplace skill plate case that you will come across during feud, during talent up. So not really stressing over that. The moment token bag, nothing new in it. A lot of the old moment tokens, so not really worth it there. Now we get down to the bread and butter of the wall, the shards. So as always, I would suggest prioritizing shards of characters that you do not have. Probably the ones that you don't think are going to be coming back, or the ones that you are just close on. So if you're only a couple hundred shards away from Abby and spending 14 Prize Wall medallions can get you Abby, go that route. Spending 22 Prize Wall medallions, if that will get you Uncle Howdy, go that route. There's a couple of good ones on here. Obviously, OTC is very good. Hall of Fame Vader's cool, but I don't think that it's worth it, especially with Hall of Fame month right around the corner. Same thing with Foley. Jade is good, and again, I'm sure I'm going to get heat for this. I just don't have her as a top 2 showboat female. It goes to Maxine and Charlotte for me. If I really needed speed, it goes Charlotte. If I really need power, it goes Maxine. If I need a middle in between, that's where Jade comes in. Just not my cup of tea these days. Bodacious Becky, nothing more than a CSS at this point. Decent trainer, nothing better. Rex Regum, super, super top tier showboat still to this date. Fantastic coach for all color finishers, and my go-to still for showboats. Muscle Man, I know a lot of people love Muscle Man. I think that he's overrated personally. He does decent damage, but not like when you're comparing him to OTC as a striker, right? Like OTC's better striker, hands down. That's just how I view it. The training ability on Muscle Man is like green MP and botch gems, so if you're missing that, sure, but I don't know. Look, whoever you're close to, that's who you should take. And then last but not least, we got Austin, Devon, and Muda. Very, very high cost on these medallions as well. Muda's still a go-to for feud. I'm sure, again, if you watch my feud gameplay, he's the guy that I go to for acro, for feud specifically. That will probably change in the very near future with the revamps and the moment revamps that we have received today, but that is also, again, neither here nor there. Decent coach on Muda, decent coach on Devon, decent trainer on Austin, but again, none of these that I would tell you it's a must-have. All really depends on your roster. 100% gem damage strap, random completely, where it's the class and the era. Not really worth it to me when you can get those on the month-long midweek prize wall. However, a 100% move damage for class and era. You'll notice that it's not all the eras. There's no PG here. There is no reality here. There is no Hall of Fame here. So only down to 5 eras instead of all of them. And you cannot get 100% move damage off the month-long midweek prize wall. So probably for me, this is where I'll end up spending my prize wall. I have 32 of them. And then you just got tokens. Some 6-star gold tokens is fine. Some medals, some silver tokens is, again, Some moment coins. Again, cleanup crew stuff. You already know the deal. So that's going to be it for that one in regards to the eval. Now, for my picks, On the premium prize wall, I do have one medallion. I don't need any of these characters down here. Again, if I were to get one, it would be Devon Dudley, personally, but I already have him, so I'm not going to waste it. I already have a Glowing Fate. I've got all of these skill plates on here. So it's pretty much just what do I want a dupe of. And at this point, what I would really think to get a dupe of would be this Buzzard's Beak. It's brand new. I only have one of them. It does seem to be pretty decent for a couple of the characters that use green moves into green gems out there. Is it a game changer? No. Is it nice to have a little bit of insurance on top? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Buzzard's Beak myself for the premium prize wall. That is going to be it for that one. And for the regular prize wall, we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Sorry, a little bit above the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and take 3 of these 100% move damage straps. I don't, again, really need, so with 30 I don't have enough for the gears. With 30 I don't have enough for any of the straps. I don't really feel like the skill plate is worth, don't feel like the moment token is worth. The shards, I've got all these characters still. And then tokens and cleanup crew items I don't really need, so I'm going to go ahead and take my shot at 3 100% move damage straps because I've already got some decent gem damage straps and the availability to get more from the month-long midweek prize wall. So first one is Modern Powerhouse. That's not bad. I believe we already have one of those. Next up is New Gen Showboat. Again, not bad. Might have a 50 for them. And then Attitude Tech, which I'm pretty sure I already also have one of those. So not the end of the world. The tokens I'm pretty content on. The coins, however, I am going through left and right. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the remainder on coins. So that is it for me on this one. That was the best of 2024 prize wall evaluation. Hopefully that helped. I'm sure that some of you will still be sending me DMs, still be asking me questions, even after watching this video. That seems to be the trend. So hopefully this gets a lot of the preliminary questions out of the way, and hopefully this gives you a little bit of information in regards to the prize wall and what you would like to do. Anyway, that's going to be it for me, so hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to like the video. If you have not done so already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to share with all your friends that keep on asking, what should I get on the prize wall? This will help. This will definitely help. And leave some comments below. What did you get on the prize wall yourself? Did you recruit anybody new from the best of 2024? Very interested to hear if you thought it was a best of 2024 type of event. But that is going to be it for me on this one. So until next time, have a good one, everybody.